Hello, this is William McKissock with Schooley Mitchell, your expense reduction specialist. And I'm here today, as I'm here a lot of days, to promote other businesses and social media. And remember, for a word of caution, this is not my day job. It's my passion to help and promote businesses across social media. And today I have with me Taylor and Sonya Ranker. Welcome to the show.
Hi,
Nice to be here.
Thanks for having us.
It's an absolute pleasure to have you. So I'll give the viewers a very brief overview of the company, and then we'll get into some questions where you can give us some more detail about who you are and what you are and how you do it. So Taylor and Sonya Ranker are with Questmont, which is a virtual family office. And I'm going to ask you what that means, so you can tell me throughout these questions. So tell me a little bit about yourselves and how you get into the virtual family office business.
Well, let me start that first, since I'm a little bit older than Sonya. William, I started as a life insurance agent in the 80s and then sold a few investments. And I really, really loved the finance part, but I did not like the selling part. So over time, we decided to build out a fiduciary business where the client pays us. So we are legally and ethically accountable to the client. And then, so we founded the firm. I founded the firm in the 90s. And then we slowly evolved to the virtual family office model, which means that we work with very select clients and we provide what we call family office services. So that's where Sahai got my start, was in the 80s.
And Sonya, what about you? What was your kind of path to being, obviously you guys are married, but what was your path to coming to Questmont in this type of industry?
Yeah, I really became enthralled when I started learning about the financial world and the advice industry. And it came out of a place where I had gone through a divorce when I was quite young. I had a young child at the time, and I realized I didn't know anything about what I was doing. So I made a lot of mistakes. I found myself in a place where, frankly, I qualified for welfare. Right. And so had I had a team around me, or had I had the advice and the experience, or just people coaching me along the way, I could have saved myself a lot of missteps. And I find that the ability to take my experience and apply it to the people that I meet, my clients, it's just incredibly fulfilling.
Fantastic. What a journey for both of you. So obviously virtual family office, it's in the financial world. I know that part, but if I'm a lay person looking at this, so what do you do? What's a virtual family office?
So we work with successful families, high net worth to ultra high net worth. And the best way I can answer that, William, is almost with a rhetorical question. If I were looking at a prospective client to see if they would qualify, if they want to work with us, I would say to them something like this. I would say, William, when was the last time your financial advisor or wealth manager got in a room with your CPA, your lawyers, and your insurance experts, and they discussed nothing but your concerns? And I've been doing this for 32 years, William. I've only had one person ever say that that's happened. 99.999% of the time that happened. So essentially what a virtual family office does is we act as the personal CFO to a family and protect them. And we help coordinate and manage all aspects of their financial life.
It's a great explanation. And Sonya, what's your answer to this question?
Well, frankly, Taylor nailed it. But what we had discovered is as people get more successful, their lives just develop extra layers of complexity. Mm-hmm. And so what used to work for them in the past maybe isn't enough. They need more help and they need more resources, but they don't have the time. So what we've decided, or what we've pulled together, is this family office experience where we act as he said, the family's personal financial officer. But we go out and we pull in all the resources to make their lives a little bit more simple and take away some of the anxieties so that they can focus on what they want to and enjoy their time more.
Okay. So obviously, I love the model. I love the fact that you bring to the table a whole bunch of people that can help that one client and from all these different angles. But what does a client look like? Who is your typical client?
So a typical client would often they own a business, but not always, but they have what we would call scattered buckets of wealth. So they often own a privately held business. often one or two homes, boats. They may have buildings that just like us, where we have two different buildings, one we own. And so they have IRAs and stock portfolios, and they have complexity. And so if the client who really, really, really loves our business model has some of this complexity and they just love this streamlining. And the final thought on that, William, is if they have their existing advisors who they like, say, for example, they have an attorney they like or CPA, the virtual family office business model, we plug in with their existing team of professionals. If not, we have the best and brightest vetted professionals in those areas that we bring to the table.
Fantastic. So from a person watching this video, I already have an insurance agent. I already have a really good lawyer. What you're saying is that they can still keep that good lawyer, but you just bring them to the table with some other people to help the client further than they normally would just within their own profession.
Yeah,
absolutely. Absolutely. When you pull all these people together and put them in the same room where they can work on specific situations or problems, you're getting more brain power, more brainstorming, and you can come up with more creative solutions. And that's probably not happened for these people before. So if you like your people, you can take their experience and their wisdom and magnify it.
One thing we have discovered, William, as they get wealthier, they often have, in fact, outgrown some or all of their advisors. So not always. And then the final thought I would add to that is in 99% of the cases, when we do take on a new family into the family office service, they're already paying for investment advice. They're literally somewhere they're already paying the fee that we charge. It's through tax leakage or insurance they've been sold that's obsolete or bad investment advice, or they're paying for an investment advice, but they're not getting any of these additional services. So the beauty of the business model is usually it's not an additional cost.
It sounds to me, if anything, it would be a reduction in cost because you're showing them how to use their money and their resources more wisely.
Often.
It's usually a reduction in cost as well as the amount of time savings that they get out of it as well.
Yeah, that emphasizes a little bit what we do at Schooley Mitchell, because obviously we bring time, we bring knowledge, and we help them reduce their costs. It's not a plug for Schooley Mitchell, it's just emphasizing the fact that there is a similarity there, and what you guys are doing is to what we are doing at Schooley Mitchell.
We've been able to, no, that's a great point. We've been able to quantify this, particularly when a business owner, a successful business owner hires us. We're literally able to give them an additional 1 to 2 weeks of their life back simply because they offload all of these chores to our team. So what we do is very in the weeds, it's very complex, and it is laborious.
Mm-hmm. So you told me before we started recording that you kind of select your clients. You vet your clients. You want to make sure they're the right client that works with you. So you qualify the client. So what does that process look? How and why do you qualify a client?
It's two parts. First off, they have to be willing to pay the fee, which is currently a minimum of $30,000 annual. So they can either pay that by giving us a portfolio to manage, which we do in a truly world-class way, or in some cases, they simply pay us a retainer fee. But so they have to qualify by the level of wealth. But the first thing we do is we learned about 11 years ago that there are, in fact, 9 high net worth personalities, 9. I wish I'd had that research, William, 20 years ago, but we didn't. We found it 11 years ago. And so what we do is we actually give a prospective client a high net worth personality test. And here's why. Of those 9, there are 3 personality types: a gambler, an accumulator, and an innovator that we've learned we really can't help. An accumulator is someone who has an unhealthy approach to money. They're kind of a money hoarder. The gambler is a little bit crazy. So it helps us screen the families who care about charity, care about church, care about their family, care about their lifestyle. And so we're onboarding families who really, really, really mesh with the way we do things.
And part of the reason that we need to be so selective about the clients that we bring on board is because what we do deliver is such a high touch, high service experience. And so we make sure that every advisor is very focused on their clients. We all work together to make sure that we're delivering the best solutions, but we need to make sure that we have capacity so that we're not stretched too thin and not able to answer within 24 hours any question that comes up, or get back to the client when they need something right away.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. So anybody watching this video, any viewers watching this video, you can see Taylor and Sonya's information underneath their portion of the video. It's all there for you, their email addresses, the contact details. So reach out. You can see that we have a partnership here of a husband and wife team that really know what they're doing, and you can tell genuinely that you care. And not only is it you two, you have a whole team behind you. Can you give us a little bit about that to finish off, the team that works behind the scenes?
So it's a very, very carefully vetted team. There are 4 owners. I am the founder, CEO, and the majority shareholder. So there are two shareholders and partners who run the Pennsylvania division. And then we are 2 shareholders, and Sonya is the president of the Florida division. We have a team of 18 people total, including trust officers, certified financial planners, CFAs. So we have genuinely deep, good service team, great people. I would say this sounds a little cheesy, William, but we actually love each other.
That's not cheesy. That's just being honest.
Yeah. I mean, we genuinely care for each other. We had some business partner turnover about a decade ago. And what we learned is to be very, very selective about who's on the team. Hence, we've developed this culture where we really are each other's extended family. And quite frankly, the clients become our extended family.
Mm-hmm. So not only is it a family virtual business, it's a family business that's looking after the family virtual businesses.
That's the number one value on our website is family, by the way.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, thank you guys for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. Again, any viewers watching this, you can see Taylor and Sonya's details underneath their portion of the video. Please reach out. I highly recommend their services. I know them locally in the business world of Tampa Bay. So please reach out. Thank you, Taylor. Thank you, Sonya. I really appreciate having you on the show.
Time for a dram.
Time for a wee dram. Well, before that, we'll hand it over to Dave for the weather.